Hello all my Convians, and I apologize for the bathrobe. It is early in the morning, and I felt like recording this before, getting ready for work. So I apologize if I'm a little bit more out there than normal, but I have not yet taken my ADHD meds this morning. But essentially, I just wanted to let you all know a few things. First of all, Midna is doing much better. I am very happy to say that what she was experiencing over the weekend, well, over the previous weekend, has at the very least mostly gone away. I mentioned in the previous video that she was partially, if not mostly, blind. And when I took her to the vet for her checkup, things were much better. And there's the little girl right now. You'll probably experience a little bit of shakes on the camera from her rubbing up against it, because that's what she does. But yeah, baby Midna is doing much better. Come here, sweetie. Oh, well, there's the shakes. Hey, I know you don't like it when I do this, but here's baby Midna, everyone. She's doing a lot better. And I love you. Swallowed some hair. Gross. Anyway, so that's the big update there, and I just wanted to let you all know that. But I figured since it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, I wanted to, well, not an update, but I wanted to talk a little bit about scalping. And I guess to sort of get a read on where you all stand on this, because I've been feeling particularly salty lately when it comes to the subject of scalpers and what they do and what they stand for. And obviously I won't go into huge detail on it. I mean, long story short, if you don't know what a scalper is, first of all, go look it up on Google. But primarily what a scalper is, they buy products from retail and then they do a massive upcharge and sell that product elsewhere. And what they've been doing this with primarily, especially recently, has been the Super Nintendo Classic, or I guess the Famicom, or the Super Famicom Classic, depending on where you live. But for the most part, I haven't been too bugged by this in the end, because it seems at least somewhat more unlikely that people are scalping this, just because of the fact that Nintendo has already dedicated themselves to not only doing more releases, more restocks for this product, but also they're re-releasing the NES Classic, which is part of what caused a lot of this issue last year, if you were paying attention at all. But, and I apologize for not staring directly at the screen, just trying to gather all my thoughts and, ADHD. But what blows my mind, and what really bothers me, is the fact that despite Nintendo already dedicating themselves to do these things, the resellers, especially if you look on places like Facebook, I haven't even bothered looking at Craigslist, because I'm sure that's just a language, well, anyway, an S show, shall we say. But just looking on Facebook, I'm attached to some of the communities on there because I make, or not make, but I refurbish laptops and refurbish computers and, Midna again. And I do my best to sell those, sweetie. I can't have you nudging the camera the whole time. But, yeah, so I'm attached to those places because, I try to advertise the computers that I'm selling. But then you have people that will actually go to the links to say, in their description for trying to sell the Super Nintendo Classic, which, by the way, in US dollars, retail is $80 or $79.99 if you want to be, really anal about it. And then they turn around and try to sell it for $150, $160, $200, if not more. And in the description they'll say, this is a rare item that you want to get soon, and I know that those sales terms are only going to work for certain people, but the mere fact that they try to mislead potential buyers in general, the fact that they buy, often not just one, but at least 2 copies of this for the mere reason of turning it around and trying to sell it for at least double, or at least near it. It's that that's a product that it's not rare. If you go on eBay and look, there are tons of these things for sale for way too much. Again, if you go on Facebook, it's not as common, at least right now. It was about a month ago. But it's just ridiculous that these are products that, again, are not rare. They could have been purchased by people who legitimately want them, who legitimately just want to be able to get the Super Nintendo Classic in their hands. But they can't because these scalpers swooped in and did all the pre-orders. They make programs now. I know this won't be a huge surprise to anyone, but people make programs specifically to go in on pre-order websites and automate this process. It's like, yeah, they have, like, you know, these certain click button things that try to prevent robots from getting in there or whatever. Apparently a lot of good that does. But yeah, it really angers me. And here's the thing, because whenever I've commented on the posts on Facebook, or anywhere really, mentioning just how crappy this is, inevitably the seller or someone that's supporting the seller will come on and say, "You're a grown man worrying about not being able to get a toy, to get a video game system." And first of all, regardless of whether I would be getting, or rather would be wanting it or not, that doesn't matter. It's a product for sale on retail. But that's not even a factor. I don't want the NES Classic. I don't want the Super Nintendo Classic. I have my original games. I have no qualms about the horrid E word. You all know what I'm talking about, and those of you that don't, emulation. But it's like, I don't have any stakes in this deal, or in this deal, in this sale. I have no stakes in it. But I am not just going to stand by and let some sleazebag try to rip people off for a product that that person should have been able to buy for retail price and not have to worry about buying it from some sleazy scalper, be it on eBay or be it through Facebook, what have you. It's just, I just really can't stand it. And let me tell you right now, if you are someone who participates in, you know, this method of sale, scalping, and you are feeling particularly offended by me calling you a sleazebag, I'm sorry, that's what you are. And I've had more than one person, especially from Facebook, try to message me and educate me, shall we say, on supply and demand. I'm sorry, but it's not, yes, it is supply and demand. It's artificially inflated supply and demand because of scalpers like you. Because of scalpers like you taking the product that is regular priced for people. People should be able to purchase for regular price, and then you turn it around and based on this, again, artificially inflated supply, or deflated supply, shall we say, so many of you turn it around and then charge a minimum of, well, let's go with 150, just short of double the price. And if you think that's okay, I mean, there's not much I can say other than I very much disagree with you. And if I see you trying to do this, I will call you out. You will most likely just easily block me. That's fine. I don't care. But it's not going to stop me from doing my best to let people know just how crappy you are. Just what you're doing to the supply and demand. Just how much you're ripping people off. And yet there's the saying, a fool and his money are soon parted. And unfortunately, I kind of hate that phrase, but yeah, if someone is just so impatient that they feel the need to spend $150, $160 or more on this product, I mean, that's on them. That is their decision in the end. But again, you're not going to be able to stop me from calling you out for being a, I apologize for my language, shitty person. And that's just all there is to it. So, scalpers, you know, I'm just one person. And I'm not even, you know, I'm definitely not that widely known of a person. But, again, if I see you trying to turn this around into a simple supply and demand, especially if I see you trying to mislead with your very description of the product you're selling, trying to make it seem like this product is more rare than it actually is, I will call you out I will call you out on it. And I do not make apologies for that. Because, in my mind, to not do that would simply be feeding the scalpers. To make it seem like, you know, they're able to do this without resistance. And if I have to be that little bit of resistance that gets under the skin of you scalpers, then so be it. Hopefully I can inspire other people to get under this, to get under your skin as well. That would be nice. But anyway, everyone, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If you disagree with me for some reason on, you know, my opinion of scalpers, I would like to hear why down below. I mean, I'm definitely open to having my opinion changed, but on a matter like this, it's definitely going to take some hardcore convincing. So, unless you're someone who really vehemently feels like scalping is okay, and you think you know the argument to convince me, you know, I don't think you'll get very far, but let's just see what happens. And then if any of you have had experiences with trying to deal with scalpers like this, or if you agree with me as well, you know, please do let me know. I'm interested to see what the conversation will be down below. And because I did mention it earlier in the video, and I'm also running out of time on my video card here that has not been cleaned out in at least a week, there is going to be a new Discovering Doctor Who coming out. It will be on Wednesday, mainly because of just everything that's been going on. Thankfully Midna is okay again, but work and everything has been very busy. But I will have that new Discovering Doctor Who coming out on Wednesday, and then after that, resuming with Monday, unless something else happens to you, you little fuzzy brat. I would move the camera down to her right now because it's adorable and she's laying next to me, but you know. But I'm rambling. Everyone, I hope you have a great day. I hope you don't mind me having rambled here a little bit. But again, I'm interested to hear what you have to say. And yeah, I'll just end it there. Until next time, everyone, I am Papakenn, rambling as always, clearly off of my ADHD meds for right now until later in the day. And I will see you all in the next video. And possibly even Midna. Say bye, Midna. Bye.